So watch what he said about Tucker Carlson. And it looks like he's also not having it. So what I'm noticing, there is stuff is happening inside the MAGA, okay? In the MAGA wing. So watch what he said about Tucker Carlson. I'm just like, wow, what exactly is going on? So it's like you have Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, okay, against the MAGA pro-Israel wing. The Lola rumors, I guess, Charlie was in that camp. So now they want to claim Charlie belongs to us. These guys are saying, no, Charlie never left us. Like, what we want here is the truth, okay? Give us the truth. Nothing but the truth.
And this is what he said about Tucker Carlson and just the nefarious appearance of money that he's getting from people that are not American, but yet he's America first. His show is supposed to be America first.
Tucker Carlson's network, the seed money came from a guy named Omid Malik, who's a Pakistani Iranian. He's Pakistani Iranian descent, put up $15 million to start that network. We know that for a fact. It's public knowledge. There was a nonprofit here in the United States that receives its funding from Qatar that pays $180,000 a month, and they paid Tucker to interview the Emir, I believe it was, of Qatar.
But it's cool. But y'all keep saying Brandon Tatum makes $7,000 a month. Y'all ain't looking at his record? There ain't no evidence whatsoever I'm getting paid by nobody. I'm actually kind of mad. Mr. Carlson. And the only reason I say that, and I'm going to show proof of why I think Tucker Carlson is an appropriate name, and I do not understand why people can't see through the bullcrap. How in the world do you have a perspective that's rooted in facts, evidence, and somehow you change? And it's funny that you change when you're not on Fox, and it's funny that you change when you have an influx of money coming in, $15 million raised from a person that's not even an American citizen. These people are on record taking money from foreign people, FARA registered money coming in, paying Tucker Carlson to go speak or interview the Qatari leader. But it's cool. But y'all keep saying Brandon Tatum makes $7,000 a month. Y'all ain't looking at his record? There ain't no evidence whatsoever I'm getting paid by nobody. I'm actually kind of mad. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I ain't getting no money. And then I'm doing a couple events, Jewish event, free. They ain't even paying me to do events. God dang. Let's go to Tucker real quick. I want to play this clip from a gentleman, and you can verify if this guy is legitimate or not. This was sent to me by a researcher. And this is what he said about Tucker Carlson and just the nefarious appearance of money that he's getting from people that are not American, but yet he's America first.
The breakup that's happening in the MAGA world. So anybody who is speaking, like you're calling out Candace Owens, you're getting accused that you have received $7,000. Apparently, the way it is that the Jews are giving $7,000 to people who are quote unquote pro-Israel. So if you're against Candace Owens, they put you, which means you're pro-Israel, so you're getting $7,000. I mean, they've been coming after me. It said, Violet, how much did you get paid? $7,000. I'm like, where is this $7,000? Okay, if they're giving out $7,000, I'll take it. So these are the accusations. They're just running, accusing people. But yeah, Tucker Carlson is out here anti-Israel, but the money doesn't lie. Yes, he actually did receive funding from the Qataris. And Qataris, that's where you have all these guys, the Hamas, the political bureau of Hamas, they actually live in Qatar. So not only are just living in Qatar, they live in luxurious lifestyle in Qatar. So this is just a known fact. They do fund some nefarious activities that goes on. Okay, that's with the T word. That's just a fact. So just like, okay, so you guys are out here calling other people or taking money, and can you look in your own backyard? So this was interesting when I saw this, like, okay, now it looks like Officer Tatum is also getting it from the, I don't know, whatever these people, just like, no. Look at the issues over here. Don't just be bringing accusation. So they're learning from their influencers, like, oh, you can just accuse people with zero evidence. Like, what are we doing, So, yeah, let's watch a little bit.
Clip.
Tucker Carlson's network, the seed money came from a guy named Omid Malik, who's a Pakistani Iranian. He's Pakistani Iranian descent, put up $15 million to start that network. We know that for a fact. It's public knowledge. There was a nonprofit here in the United States that receives its funding from Qatar that pays $180,000 a month, and they paid Tucker to interview the Emir, I believe it was, of Qatar, so on and so forth. So it's unquestionable. We know that there are trips. Tucker's been to Qatar. He said it openly. He said it, and we can go through some of those clips if you want. He said it openly at Turning Point.
Is Qatar extreme in their Islam?
So they play both sides very, very well. But here's what we know for certain. They openly, since October 7th, have given hundreds of millions of dollars to Hamas. $350 million for sure, like right after it, they approved to go to Hamas. They have a radical agenda.
On record, they've given money to Hamas. And then people say, oh, no, they're impartial. They're doing negotiations. They're not a middleman. Now, America plays the game because that's what we do, baby. But in reality, we need to be looking at Qatar. We need to be looking at his connection with Qatar. How y'all so deep in investigatory knowledge about everything other than him? How does he get a pass? I'm genuinely curious. The reason he left Fox was another thing that was crazy to me. How y'all not putting two and two together? He didn't leave Fox because Fox News was mad at him and they just didn't want him on the network anymore. He was the #1 person on Fox News when he was on Fox. You know how he got kicked off Fox? Because he lied about Dominion and got sued. And Fox News got sued for billions of dollars. They settled for $1 billion. And then I bet you a part of the settlement was they got to kick this guy off because he's the one that instigated it all. Let's go to some more clips because I think that this is invaluable. These are the type of people that he is interviewing. And this is why I say in my tweet, and I'm going to get to your boy Mark Dice in a minute, but this is the people that he interviewed. I'm just going to give you a few people. What makes sense for a man that's America first and going to Turning Point events and speaking on behalf of Turning Point on the main stage, not a debate, and have a theology this crazy? And sometimes he do it like these other people that are gaslighting you. They don't say it, but they have a guest on the show that say the craziest stuff and they don't push back whatsoever. Roll the clip.
I'm going to butcher this because I'm not a scholar on it. But essentially, what Nick Land believes is that the Jewish people, they kept the Kabbalah, it eventually becomes digital life, through ones and zeros.
Because it's a Gnostic religion, which is to say it's hidden from non-initiates.
Yeah, I mean, there's a mainstream version of it, but it eventually kind of becomes what they believe. It's a precursor to digital life. So what Land and a lot of these people believe is that the actual salvation that the Jewish people provided was keeping Kabbalah, which eventually becomes digital life, which eventually becomes AI, which eventually becomes the creatures from the Book of Revelation, which essentially later go on to destroy humanity and fulfill the Book of Revelation. But that is a good thing.
Now, I don't know the validity of what he's saying, but that sounds very crazy. The people who are promoting the most conquest behavior and that
Candace Owen also played some of his clips. I think he was talking about the dream. When he was talking about the dreams, women have dreams and everything. So Candace ran the tape almost like, okay, look, I had this dream, Charlie appeared to me, but look at this expert also affirms about the dreams. The stuff that he said, I've never heard that in my entire life. So he says whatever, the Jews, they worship something, and then that thing, they're going to become AI, and that AI becomes what? Guys, we'll leave it there, okay? Let me know on such your intelligence. Stuff that guy is saying, just like, you know what? No, it's just like, what are we talking about? Come with some things that people can actually respond to you in a sensible. We don't want to look stupid also just by responding. You're just saying, like, were you watching cartoons? Like what? AI? They worship something is going to become AI? Like, what are we talking about here? And this is the Jews. Maybe at least say that Elon Musk, maybe, people who are into technology. But anyway, you guys get the point. Yeah? You absolutely get the point.
How could you say something against Israel? Israel is the coolest state, the greatest state of all. How could you say something against Israel? Israel is the coolest state, the greatest state of all. Some of y'all better get y'all discernment together.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Exactly. That's what we're going to do out here.
All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Exactly.